Hello, hello, it's Carrie, So Much Glitter. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you guys here today. Welcome, Tracy. I'm so excited to have you here. I am going to find myself over on my phone and on StreamYard. Happy June 7th already, and happy full first week of June-tober. I'm so excited to have everybody here today. I want to start the day off with just my little favorite cup of tea, and I have a Halloween mug because the original Halloween movies are my absolute favorite. So if you want to grab a snack, a drink, some crafty supplies, craft along with us, and we'll just gather around the craft table. So how is everybody's week? I'm going to go ahead and throw some links in here because I want everybody to know where we can find the fun of June-tober, where we can find me throughout the year. Okay. I'm so excited to have you guys here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in Petals and Parchment's Facebook group because she was the first week of June-tober. And if you guys have been following me for a little bit, hello, Christina, good morning. I'm so excited to have you guys here with me. Hello, H-Bomb, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I threw in some links. So if you guys are following along with the June-tober goodness, the whole Summerween aspect, I have shown some of that on my channel here, and I've talked about it, and I do know that Christina's doing recaps every Sunday after me on the June-tober and all of the other Summerween activities going on. Lottie's Magic Attic is hosting June-tober. She's the anchor group for that. I did throw Petals and Parchment group in the chat because she was week one. She's the featured designer week one. Created a beautiful, beautiful kit. I have a quick flip through of what I created so far with that kit over here on my YouTube if you want to check that out when we're finished. And then I'm just going to kind of get started into my regular Sunday format. Okay, so I normally start out with some gratitude every Sunday regarding what kind of week I had, what I want to set the intentions for the week ahead. And I have a 2026 gratitude jar, and this is what I put one thing that I'm grateful for, or one good thing that happened to me over the week. And so I'm going to start with that. And since we are on 6/7, oh, there's that whole stupid 6/7 thing going around with the younger kids, isn't there? I'm not into that. So I just know that that's what my coworker said something about her nephew talking about it. Anyway, so I this week am grateful for time with my grandson and control over my own time. I had him on Friday night. So this is kind of a double. Anyway, so I had him on a Friday night, and we played, and I did get him a little surprise, which is like a little scooter. So we played with that. And then I'm on my last weekend of my class for my master's degree. So after I get off of here, I have to finish writing 3 pages because it's a 10-page paper. And I am supposed to be done with the educational portion because now I go into the whole practical portion and the internship, right? That's been a struggle this week. So I have had extreme anxiety this week, and I'm normally not a very anxious person. But I've had like extreme anxiety this past week because my internship and my practicum and all of that are ready to go through my employer. My VP, my clinical supervisor, they're all on board. They signed all the papers. We did what we were supposed to do when we were supposed to do it. We've been working on it for like the last month. And it just so happens over the last week and a half that the Tavera website is not letting us load anything. And so I've been asking for help through my school. And I got a very disappointing response. I am going to need to, I believe, postpone my internship for a few weeks because that part of it's not working, and it's going to take over a week for support to reach back out to us. My clinical supervisor said that she has a different kind of solution, and she's going to appeal to the California State Board, and she's going to appeal to the dean at the university, because they've been great with me up until now. I need them for California State licensure requirements, and they've kind of just dropped the ball and said, I don't have a phone number for you to call. Don't email me on this, email this, and then I don't get responses, and it's just been very frustrating. So that's where the anxiety's been coming from. But I'm grateful for what I can control, and I'm grateful for me being in control of my own time. And so this time spent every Sunday is very well worth it for me because I get to relax, chat with my crafty friends, and see what everybody is up to. So I'm reading out of my Book of Positive Quotations book. I don't necessarily, not everything in this book speaks to me the further I get into it, but I do kind of just take what resonates and leaves what doesn't. And I just pick out a few quotes for the week. And I chose Peace of Mind this week because I need peace of mind. I've been having trouble sleeping. I've been having and then all other things that I need to do will pop up. So it's like my anxiety is like really ramped up. And I've noticed that a little bit in like the past year because the whole perimenopause thing and all of that. So I do know that that's a thing. And I do my best to reassure myself. But then when things like this that are out of my control pop up and they hold me back from what I've been working on for the last 3 years, I get a little bit angry. And then the anxiousness and the anger kind of manifests into like, oh, you're not going to be sleeping today, or oh, you're going to worry about something that was supposed to be done 6 months ago, and where did that go? And yeah, so it has been very stressful. So I am going to release the stress, and I'm going to craft away, and I'm going to work on what I can control. And I'm really excited that my clinical supervisor and I have a really good bond. I've worked with her for the last few years because I've been at my company for 5 years. And her and I have worked closely together because at our last program, we had offices next door, and she was always screaming for help when something would go wrong with the system on the computer. And when I was always trying to look up something in the DSM, she was there to help me. So I'm really grateful to have that. Anyway, so peace of mind. The quote that I chose today is the only peace, the only security is in fulfillment. So I'll reread that because that kind of was choppy for me. So the only peace, the only security is in fulfillment. And that's by Henry Miller. I don't know if you can see these, but I don't know that I'm reading them to you, so it's okay. And then the next one that I chose was because it kind of spoke to me as well. And if there is to be any peace, it will come through being, not having. And I've really had to learn that over years in my life and experience. And I'm going to use my craft room as a really great example. The more things that I gather, the more things that I buy, the more things that I collect and I run out of room for, doesn't necessarily give me all of the peace. But playing with it and using things in my stash that I haven't seen in a while, that kind of gives me the crafting, the creative fulfillment, if you will. So that's kind of where I'm at today. It's not always in the having, it's kind of in the doing and being fulfilled with what you have. So with that, Hobby Lobby has put out their, they don't do Halloween, but they do fall. They have started putting out their fall things. I do have a list of things that I want that I'm not paying full price for. So when it goes 40% off, if they have it, they have it. I've only purchased one thing, and then, I'm going to have to find the peace and fulfillment and not having. So that's what I'm doing today. And I wanted to go into a really quick like show and tell because this is just kind of how I start my Sunday. And thank you, Christina. Crafting is actually a great reset. It's a great stress reliever. It kind of gets the ideas flowing. I have things falling. I'm sorry. This wanted to knock everything over. So it just kind of creativity builds creativity, and we can kind of get into a fun little zone from there. So I did this release this week, Death on the Lanai. It's a Golden Girls cozy mystery. If you guys like cozy mysteries at all and you like the Golden Girls, you're going to absolutely freaking love these books. The other book, the first book that I have, I should have pulled that out, but I think it's across the room and I can't see it, so I'm not going to go digging for it. But this was released this week, and I pre-ordered this from Barnes & Noble a while ago because Barnes & Noble, if you're a member too, or just in general, if you're not a member, don't worry. They have great pre-order sales. And so I got this for like 30% off, plus I'm a member, so it was 10% off. So I only ended up paying like $12 for this book. And on Thrift Books, it's new on Thrift Books because this is brand new. It's still more expensive, but it's still a good deal compared to like the asking price of the $18.99. So I think that that's great. I loved the first one. I could hear everybody's voice in it. It was all, the last book was based on an episode or two, and they just kind of went from there, and I loved it. So if you love any cozy mysteries with some comedy and whatever, you'll love this. And Rachel Ekstrom Courage was, it's Murder by Cheesecake was the first book, but it's pink, so it's over there somewhere. She was one of the writers and the developers of the show or something. It says it in here, like what she was. And so she really just captures like the essence of the Golden Girls. I'm a huge Golden Girls fan. I grew up with it and I love it. So Found and Flowered, the Summertime 2026 came out. I received this, I think, last week. I don't think I showed this last week. This is a junk journaling card making subscription newspaper that I'm a member of. I don't think I'm going to stay a member of it because it's kind of expensive. So it's like $23, $22. I do really like it though. So if you are looking to ramp up your junk journaling, if you're looking to ramp up your card making and like put different little elements on things, I highly recommend this. This would be my third edition of this, and I've used something out of every edition that I've gotten. You get some really good background pages. I do really like it. I can't justify I pay $22 quarterly, so it's technically not that expensive because this comes out like quarterly, but I'm having a hard time justifying $22 for a newspaper, and she's taken out some elements that I really liked. So TBD on that, but I think I'm going to free up my crafty money for other things, but that's not all you get. So you do get like a letter from her, and things that people have said. And I did, because she changed things. I missed the postcards, but love the spring goodness because I really liked the spring one. So she used to put postcards in every one and she stopped, but I noticed she gave us a postcard. Love it. I just love it. But I'm having a hard time being like $22 there. Yeah. So I'm having a hard time justifying it. I don't want to get rid of it because I really like it, but then, yeah, I don't know. And then you get stickers. And then these are stickers too. These were her oopsie stickers. She accidentally printed them like backwards and upside down. So she had to go back to the printer and fix it. So she gave us both of these. So this will be fun. I mean, I'll use it. And then we get some fun little, like a background sheet. And then you can cut that in half. You decide where you want to spend your crafty dollars, but it's fun. Like, I do like it. I just have so much. So it kind of goes with the fulfillment is in the doing and not the having kind of thing. And I have another subscription that I just ended because I love baking. I love sourdough. Today's my sourdough Sunday. I'm going to be making bread and crackers. I made croutons yesterday out of a loaf of bread. The Baking Nation, I absolutely love this. And this was, my address is probably on here, I think, but this is strictly for baking. This is not crafting. And I really, really like the recipes. I like it. And it was $7 a month, but I'm not using it enough. And I did get it for the recipes and for the junk journaling. So I have like 3 or 4 of these. I don't need any more. I'm good. It's just the Found and Flag I'm having a hard time parting with. I'm really waffling with that in my brain. And since I did get the Crayola Super Tips, I got the 100, and then I got the Colors of the World pencils. I discovered Lulu Mayo for adult coloring. I purchased A Million Magical Creatures on Amazon, and I really like it. I like the paper too, actually. So I saw a review. Speaking of sourdough, I have sourdough on my fingernails, so I'm sorry. I did see somebody do a review commenting on the paper. So I just love all the magical creatures in here, and you can create like your own little magical page. I love how some of these are black backgrounds, and yeah, I really like it. So I just thought this would be fun to add to my stash. Love this. This is what really inspired me, honestly, because I saw how she colored this page and I was like, oh, it's June-tober. I must get it. And I have a few other Halloween coloring books, but I just loved it. I think it's so great. It is a really fun coloring book, Christina. So I was really excited to get this. I got it on Amazon. I think this was $10.99. She has a bunch of these, and she has a dragon one that's getting ready to come out. So you know, you can go check her out. I don't have the link or anything for it, but yeah, that's just kind of a quick little mini flip through of, and it's asking, oh, so maybe I paid $8.99 because I paid less than what this says. I think the new one coming out is $10.99. I think I paid $8.99 for this one because $9.99 is the price. I don't like to pay over $20 for a coloring book, and a little coloring book like this, I'm definitely not going to pay over $10. So anyway, I have Dia de los Muertos coloring book that is Chris K's sister's creation. This is on Amazon as well. I'm sorry I'm not grabbing all of the links for everything. I'm kind of behind on that. So if you want me to throw a link in for something, let me know. I will. Chris and I are doing a buddy coloring right now, and this is the page that we're doing the buddy coloring on. So this is my protective sheet. I know this is like basically copy paper weight. So this is Amazon copy paper. I know Chris is on her channel saying don't use like your good supplies on this, whatever. Well, I'm using my Ohuhu markers on this because I love those things and I purchased them, and I want to use them. So that's what I'm doing with this. And I have Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends, but I'm getting ready to destash things. So if y'all are interested in some destash items, let me know. But I'm getting ready to destash just to downsize so I don't have a million brands of alcohol markers or colored pencils and this and that, stamps, same thing. So I'm almost finished with this. There is a good amount of bleeding that happens with this lightweight copy paper. I'm okay. I have the brush tip. I go back over and kind of like try to stroke it. I'll color her hair something a little bit darker to try to cover up that bleed a little bit, but no worries. I did do another page in here. I don't think it's finished though. And things out of here were very reminiscent, Chris said, of their family. Like that's how her sister created it. I'll try to find, oh, here, I bookmarked it, of course. That's good. Okay. So I kind of did this one with the Hobby Lobby color pencils that I purchased. And they're okay quality colored pencils. They're not anything to write home about. You don't have to buy them. They were just on clearance for 12 bucks. I bought them. In essence, I didn't need them. I saw that red clearance sticker and I went for it. I need to not do that all the time either, but I do like them. They blend okay. They're not blending with Gamsol. But I just didn't finish like her hair or whatever because I haven't decided what I want to do with that. So I did the gray for the bones, and then I kind of took an eraser to lighten it up and make it look a little bit spotty because I thought that would be fun. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm doing this buddy coloring. That's in my community page or my community tab over here on YouTube if you want to check that out. If you want to join us, you're more than welcome to join us. I would be so excited to have somebody coloring in the book with us. Hello, hello, Tammy. Welcome. Okay. So glad to have you guys here today. Okay. So now we're going to kind of get to the crafting part of today. I'm going to kind of scoot some things aside. And I had my little hand. He's been helping me all week posing some of my Junetober pictures. So watch out for those. And if you go into the Petals and Parchment group or you want to look here, I do have some pictures and flip through. I like to get inspiration from the art journaling and the Somerset Studio magazine. I do subscribe to both of these. They had a deal back in December, January, whatever it was, for a year for both of these. I thought it was a good deal. I did it. I'm not sad about it. I really like it. I get a lot of good inspiration. So what really spoke to me today is kind of what I want to do my creation on, and that is these little pages I thought were a lot of fun. It's by Pam DeLucci, I believe is how you say her name, and What Remains Beneath, Layers of Childhood. I really just like this because I love the old pictures. I love the book pages. I love just the fun elements of the thread and the tape. But this is showing you how to create a journal like this. So I'm not going to be creating a journal like this. I'm going to be creating card fronts, and I'm going to use what I have. And I gathered some things from Sweet Pea Curiosity's Ko-fi shop in her freebie section. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. And let's see. Oh, Tammy, you're so sweet. All of the favorite crafty peeps are here. Welcome, welcome, Vale. I'm so excited to have you guys here. Join along. And if you guys have any questions or you want to know how to join Junetober, let me know. I'll throw in all of the links. And Tracy is here from Lottie's Magic Attic, and that is the anchor group for the Junetober. So I will pour her link in here too. I know I did Petals and Parchment before because she was the featured creator for week 1. That's getting ready to wrap up. A new week will start tomorrow, and it'll be a different featured designer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over to my printer, which is like 2 feet away, and grab the things that I printed so we can start creating. And you can ask me to stop talking at any moment because I feel like I've been rambling, but welcome. I'm so glad to have all of you guys here today. So I did hey Carol, welcome. Thank you for joining. I did print out some fun freebies, and this is on Sweet Pea Curiosity's Ko-fi page. And I have some things going here that I want to use for this project idea. And then I have a few other things from my stash that are behind me. But again, all of these things that I'm showing you right now are freebies. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well, Carol. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to use some background like book pages, and what I'm doing is I'm making card fronts. So because I'm a card maker as well, and I thought what a great idea for card fronts these would be. So right now, and you could stick, so right now that's what I'll be doing. Let me finish a thought before I get to the next one. You could create this whole journal. It's like a little sewn journal. You could do that if you want to. There's tips, there's tricks, supply list. They talk about how to do it, the technique. I do love that about this magazine. But I'm going to throw my own little spin on it today because this is just going to be Art Journaling Magazine Inspired. And I am going to be creating the card fronts for that, mostly out of these things that I pulled out, plus things I have in my stash. I might need to make more card fronts, or card bases, not card fronts, but I want to start with the card fronts. So hey, Zippity, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Regardless of where you are, welcome, welcome. If you want to be up in the balcony and you want us to throw you a hay or a snack or something to refreshment every once in a while, let us know. Okay, so I'm going to cut these down. And that's kind of what I'm going to get started on. I do have things in my stash that I could also use as backgrounds. So I kind of just want to be pretty versatile with this. I don't necessarily need it to be a book page. I do have a book to do book pages. I've got it all. So yeah, it's not in the collecting, it's in the doing, the fulfillment. Remember? Not in the having was the quote for today. Yeah, no, it's okay, Tracy. I think I can. Oh, hey, Stamper Girl. It's I think I always pronounce your name wrong, but it's Delise, right? I just want to say Dallas, but it's Delise. I'm so glad to have you. I did put your link. Yeah. Oh, it's my link for, I thought you meant in here. I'm completely reading that wrong. My brain is not with me this week. I apologize. I've been so stressed. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine that you put the link in here. Thank you. So yeah, I have a little flip through I could do for Lottie's Magic Attic for her featured kit for Junetober. I think I'll do that before we go today. It's part of the swap, the weird journal swap that we just did. Okay, ladies, I don't know about you, but I mailed all of my stuff off yesterday. And I want to start, I think I want to make the edges a little bit fun and funky. So before I get out the big lady, let's get out. I mailed my swap off yesterday. And I have to tell you, that was very expensive. Carol, have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you get rest today. I spent, I'm ashamed to say how much I spent to mail all of these off, but it was like over $50. Was anybody else having that issue? I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's going to come out of my grocery money. Oh, you didn't do the tracking. So that's what probably made it more expensive, was the tracking. And somebody lives in a fairly rural area. And so my postman's like, oh, you have a surcharge on this one. I'm like, why? He's like, because they're considered rural. And I was like, oh, well. Okay. So yeah, I don't think I can keep doing that. I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot keep doing that. So excuse me. So, yeah, I cannot keep doing that. So this is going to be, oh, darn, this doesn't have a, you know what? I'm just going to go all the way up to the edge. This only goes up to 6 inches, but we're good. We're good. I'm going to do, this will be for a 5x7 card front. So yeah, so I need to be very selective in my Happy Mail swaps, because $53, and he told me the total. I was like, what? Are you, I even said, are you kidding? And he goes, no. I was like, you're not kidding? And he goes, no. And I was like, okay. So yeah, that's gonna come out of my grocery money. But I need to kind of keep it to a more realistic minimum next time I do something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Tell me how much, took it back, added goodies for the same. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I did not necessarily keep my my mini signatures. I didn't necessarily keep them flat either. And so I did put them in like a little bit of a bigger envelope. I did wrap them with tissue paper so they became non-machinable at that point. Like I kind of did the extras, but I mean, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to use these as the card fronts. Let me throw in, because I want you guys to be able to get any sort of freebies that you can, because hey, after spending $53 at the post office yesterday, we need all the freebies that we can get. So everything I'm using right now is freebies. I wanted to send just as a letter. And oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to get around that. If I do a big swap like that again, I'm going to have to kind of like get around, because I can't. I'm going to tell you right now, like I can't do that. Okay, so let me get out my 5x7 card front. And we'll throw it on here. And I know it's not going to be exactly 5x7. It's going to be a little bit wonky. I'm not mad about that. I don't mind that my frame isn't perfectly even. I'm going to offset things on here. We're going to layer it up. It's going to be all good. So let me do another one. And because I want all of this to be deckled. So I kind of just am doing the 5x7 measurements to start, but because I want all of the edges deckled, that's what's kind of like messing up the framing. I don't care. It's fine. If somebody doesn't like it, then I won't need to be mailing to them because I need to save money at the post office. We just learned. So that's that. Okay, so let's start with these. And sticker bag inside the original envelope. Okay. Mine were non-machinable and it did. This is a printable, yes. So everything I'm using right now is the Link Sweet Pea Curiosities. This is, and they're free. It's in her, she's building up her Ko-fi right now. It is a printable. And I do want to tell you while we're on the printable discussion, and then the Junetober discussion, like let's never stop talking about Junetober because I freaking love it. And this will be a background too, I think. I don't know if I want this deckled or not. So let's just start with one thing at a time. Let's do one thing at a time, Carrie, okay? Okay, so I have pink and I have yellow. And these are button clusters. And so I originally thought like how perfect, but then how perfect. Yeah, we're just gonna cut out a few. Junetober is my most, I'm going to be very not grammatically correct now, okay? But because I'm finishing up my master's, I feel like I'm just going to go for the improper English right off the bat. It's my most favorite collaboration of the year. I love Halloween. I love all aspects of Halloween because it's a fun, whimsy holiday with no expectations of like timing and meals and gifts and preparation and this and that. And it's just fun. I love it. And I love decorating for holidays too. So I'm just going to fussy cut around these and we're just going to keep chatting. And so I love all of the freebies that come out of Junetober. I love the games. I love the community. I love getting inspiration from other people. The YouTube Pop has been so much fun. People have created such different things out of similar kits, and I think it's so wonderful. So if you just want a taste of that, head on over to Lottie's Magic Attic. Head on over to Petals and Parchment Facebook group. I do have the links above. You just need to scroll up. And then I do have a little video. I was trying to make a reel, but it didn't give me that option. So it's on there as a video of a little flip through of Petals and Parchment. But there's some exciting things coming up in the like the design team realm world that I've learned about that I'm very excited. So stay tuned for that, because my premise of creating and coming on here and sharing and developing friendships with you guys is really for my self-care, but to remind you that self-care is important too. You're here because you're interested in this. Like if you were interested in like hashtag van life or something like weird, that's not weird, but me and my friend were talking about that, so it just popped up. I was ready to run away this week. Yeah, that was a discussion too. But you would be somewhere else watching them doing that for your self-care. So my goal is to, in 2027, to be certified as an art therapist. And it's just a certification. I don't have to be licensed. We're not going to be doing any deep trauma, EMDR, brain spotting, deep talk therapy. Like that's not what that's there for. But it's just going to be like, we can heal through art, and like this is how we can do this. Like, oh, you've had like a really bad anxious week like I have, like look at what we can do. We can't eliminate the stress, but we can get good coping skills, right? Great freebies this week. Yes. Yeah, that's great, Tracy. Thank you for saying that, because it June-tober goes. Like, look, we're already, week 1's done, right? We're already June 7th. So if you feel like you're running out of time, don't stress yourself out. Like if you want to participate in the giveaways, there are some due dates for that. But print, create, share, do what you want on your own time. So that's going to kind of be my goal for 2027. And I'm here to say this right now. I don't think my mom is here, but if any of you guys hear me talking about wanting to go get my PhD, slap me upside the head, do something. Why would I do that? I don't want to put myself through this academic stress again. Because, oh my goodness. Oh, the only way I could see myself being like, yeah, that's what I think I need to do is because I couldn't afford my student loan payment. But I'm too old for this shit. Excuse my language. We all need to learn. I do know, like, I'm in the top like 6 or 11% of females getting a master's degree and following through with it. But I like my time. I like my time. And this takes away from my time. And so I'm very excited to have some of that back. So today's my last official day of classes. And yeah, I know I said this. I'm repeating myself because I'm trying to be like, is it true? Is it real? And I'm going to get some of that time back in the craft room with my own time and sanity. Sanity's a real big one. Fussy cutting all week. Ooh, I love fussy cutting. So if you guys don't like sitting here watching me fussy cut, I do apologize. I'm going to ink this up too, but I want to put these little clusters on these card fronts. And I do have some other fun elements that I want to put on there. And I did not watch Craft Roulette. I have not been watching Craft Roulette for the last few weeks. I've been too freaking busy. And so I haven't had time to do a card submission or anything since I hit Club 52. So I'm going to try to like, that was a real fun part of my Friday night. Actually, when my son was living with me a few years ago, before like he went and, you know, like had a family and stuff, we would watch that. He was living with me for a little bit, and every Friday night we would watch that. Actually, after the baby was born too, he'd be like, it's Craft Roulette tonight. Can we come over and watch it? I'd be like, yeah. His girlfriend didn't like that too much because she was like, I don't know. Okay, I'll just come over, but what's this that you guys got going on? And he's not a crafter. He just liked it. He thought it was fun. So it's just little things like that I can drop in and drop out of, and I don't have to be fully committed. And that's, you know, it's the lack of commitment that I'm excited about. It's overwhelm, right? And I blame school. I'm fully blaming my school right now because, lady, why did you have to be so stinking rude? They've been so great to me because they've been taking my money up until like I need them. And then it became like a thing. So I'm going to cut these a little bit uneven because these are framed and I kind of like things to be a little bit wonky. But it's like now when I need you, because California State says I do, and I need certain certifications and whatever, you're going to basically leave me out in the cold and not let me submit, let me or my clinical supervisors submit what they need to because there's a glitch in your system and you're not going to give me any resolve for that because you have my money basically. Well, now we're going to have words. We're going to have words. And I really try not to be a Karen, but please let me speak to your manager. I even told my clinical supervisor, I was like, I don't want to be a Karen about this, but I want to get it done. She goes, no worries, honey. I'm going to be Karen for all of us. So I'm like, well, if I need anybody in my corner at this moment, I think it's her. So that's very great. Hey, View, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I didn't catch you last night. For some reason, I didn't get a notification, but I was watching Michael Myers and folding laundry. But I did go watch you this morning when I was laying in bed. And I love everyone's like creative style and how we can just like come together. Let's see if there's any questions here. Crafts off. Oh, cats off. Oh. Okay, I try to get caught up on the chat because I'm over here watching myself on YouTube on my phone, and then my laptop is to the left of me. So I know that there's a little bit of a delay, but I'm getting to you all. Don't worry, I'm trying not to get behind. Anyway, so what did your week look like? Enough about me. Let's talk about you. What did everyone's week look like? Did you have a very dramatic week like I did, or did you go with the flow a little bit better? Like, let me know. Because if you're going with the flow better than me, I want to know what your secret is. Okay, let me grab. I have some things behind me that I kind of want to throw in here. I have this book, View influenced me. I was going to buy the cheaper one because it's the newer one, but it's bigger and it doesn't have as much. So I did purchase this for like $15 on Amazon. So Miss Coloring View influenced me for that. Hey, Jenny, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Okay, so when I go, I call it home because I'm born and raised in Washington State. I've lived here for almost 30 years. My kids are from here. But when I go home to visit my mom and like my friends and family and stuff, I like to go antique shopping, like antique store perusing with my very best friend that I grew up with. We've done it a few times and I love purchasing old pictures. Now, it can be kind of creepy. Let's not lie. Because this antique shop that we go to downtown Sumner, because that's where I went to high school at, and it's just a cute little fun little town. It's kind of like Main Street Fallbrook where I live, but anyway, it's just more it's busier, it's more character. Some of these pictures, like one of these families kept following us, so we would look at all the pictures downstairs. She would look at a pile across the way and I would look at a pile, and she's like, it's this guy again. Oh my gosh. And I was like, gosh, like he's like haunting us. And then we went upstairs and like the movie Christine, speaking of Junetober, we saw like the same family in like a whole different stack of photos. I'm just trying to see what I want to use. So excuse me for just kind of going through it. And then I have some Tim Holtz photos too. So that became like kind of creepy. So that was like, I don't know, that was just fun. But yeah, I just like, she's posing in her like her very best Christmas outfit with her little Christmas decorations. Like that's a lot of fun, right? Okay, so little fun pictures like this. Oh, this is fun with the watermelons. So that's fun. So we're kind of just recording like fun little family memories. Like all of these, I think, are from the same family, and these were all in the same pack. So that's not what was so creepy. But Yeah, some of the other things got like kind of like, ooh, where'd that come from? Oh, I've used her before. Let's put her there. Okay, so we have 3 card fronts. Do we have 3 or do we only have 2? Oh, Carrie, are you kidding? I thought I had 3. Oh no, I do. Okay. We have 3 card fronts that we're going to start with. And then let's like look in the sticker book. And I love the button clusters. I'm going to kind of throw this to the side. You can throw a sticker on here. I do want to do something like this that the photo has shown, like pierce edges and put a little bit of string through here. So I do have, they're calling it craft cord, I guess, but it's like embroidery floss basically. So I could put that on there. Oh, yes, you. This is the point. Like, let's craft together. This is one big craft table. We're all crafting together. If you guys have anything like that, grab it out. So when you're out and about, I suggest you look to see if your antique store, thrift store, whatever it is, if they have stuff like that. Now, none of the ones around me here where I am locally, I have that. I've not been able to see that except for, I have things in the way, man. I need to get things out of the way. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that. So I've just found that when I've been home visiting my friend and my family. So I thought this would be fun to put like different little, I have lace behind me. We have little fun stickers, something that would go with whatever the memory is. So like this is the watermelon. This is really cute. I need to ink up these edges. I think that's a little bit white for me. But like that would be fun with like, you know, maybe they're at the beach. They're clearly not at the beach. I think all of these are probably, most of these were up from Washington State. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like bumping into things. So they're not at the beach up there, but it would just be fun because it's like summer, right? Okay, so let's get to inking. We'll mark the spots. Let me get out my ink. I have tea dye, Victorian velvet, brushed corduroy, vintage photo. I don't know why I gave myself so many choices just now, but I just did. So I like to complicate things, apparently. They are cool photos. I really like them. Okay. Victorian velvet's going to be too pinky. But that might be cute for this because we have the whole watermelon theme going on, right? So that might be kind of cute for this. I could probably try to do that. If you can see me, I'm all trying to be even here. If you can't see me or if my view is odd, let me know. I actually might do that here because we can have some fun summer elements from that sticker book. Okay, and this is probably going to be like a vintage photo opportunity. The rest of this probably is just going to be vintage photo. I normally like to use brush corduroy instead of vintage photo. Oh, you and I were thinking the same thing, Christina. Because I was like, wait, I normally like to use my brush corduroy for the vintage. You know what we'll do? We'll get my old brush and we will get my new brush and we'll decide. We'll decide which one we like better for the whole. Well, this one I'll do on vintage photo because this is like my all brown, right? And so I'm just gonna kind of, we have that going, if you can see that. And that is vintage photo. Okay, I'm gonna put the tea dye away because now I'm just complicating things that don't need to be complicated. Let's get the brushed corduroy going, and I'm going to use my newer brush for this, so I need to pick up a little bit more. And then kind of see which, oh, I kind of like, oh. Hey, Christina, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. Okay, so here we have vintage photo. I don't know if you can, here, I always think if I put my hand there, that'll help. I don't know if this is true. And then we have brushed corduroy. So let's see. Brushed corduroy is it lighter? Is that what you're asking? Okay, hold on. Let's conduct an experiment right now because I don't think I gave myself enough space. This is Vintage Photo. Okay, here is brushed corduroy. Okay, what I don't like about these new blending brushes is they shed bristles, and I don't know why. My old ones don't do that, and I thought this was the same set, but it's like an updated version of my old set, and I don't like them as much. So I have Vintage Photo right here. And I have brushed corduroy right there. So brushed corduroy looks a little bit lighter. Oh, brush is less red. Thank you. There we go. So Delise got us all. She got it less red. That's the description. So it is lighter. So that probably brushed corduroy is what you want to look for. I am going to do Vintage Photo because I do want a little bit of the more red. Now that you said that, thank you for putting that into smarter terms than what I was doing. Okay. That and these are Vintage Photo. All right. So let's kind of see what we want. We could put a sentiment on here or not. I don't tend to put sentiments on my card fronts a lot of the times because sometimes I'm just creating to create and put my stash and give out later for something specific. And brushed corduroy has blue undertones versus Vintage Photo has red undertones. There's the educated answer we got. Huh. I'm so lucky to have you here. Thank you so much. But now I look at this, I think I might want to matte this photo. I might cut this down and want to matte it. I'm not really sure. I might want to matte it on black. I think that would be pretty. Let's see. So we saw the Vintage Photo and the brushed corduroy, the red, the blue. Let me write that down. Photo red, just because I want to have this. There we go. So that's going to stay. I do not do a whole lot of color swatching because I don't have the patience for it, but that's kind of good to have over there. Anyway, so I'm thinking about maybe matting this on black because I think that would make the yellow stand out a little bit, and I think it would make what I'm going to do stand out. So what I'm going to do is go get some black paper, which is right over here. I have some Cricut black paper and I want to matte the photo on that, but I do want to cut this down so we kind of get rid of some of the white. Now I'm making this more complicated than it has to be, but that's, you know, what we're doing. I think I want to use like I could do the decal edge to trim this down a little bit too, so it's less of a white border, if that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, my apologies. You know, it is what it is. Here we go. We'll do just a little bit of a white border instead of like a thicker one. It's funny because I saw a TikTok reel the other day. Somebody was like, go to Five Below because they're selling 35mm film and camera. And somebody said, where do you even get that developed at? They're not developing that film anymore. And I had to go pick up a prescription from Walgreens the other day, excuse me, because my CVS is having, I don't know what issues CVS is having, but they're not able to get my medicine that I need in a timely manner. And so I switched over to my Walgreens and they have a drive-through. So I'm the happier for that. I'm going to glue this down, and then I think I am going to also do the decal edge around that just to kind of keep it samey. But I did see that they are letting you drop off your film. So if you're interested, or if any of you, because a long time ago, I did get my daughter, I think she was in junior high, a fun little camera, but she was away for her birthday weekend, and I met her friends and her boyfriend for her birthday dinner. And I noticed so she turned 24, and I noticed they all had the disposable cameras. And I was like, what are we doing? I even said that to her friends. I was like, what's I'm sorry. I don't know why StreamYard did that. I stopped talking when it went black, so I hope you didn't miss too much. Am I back? Let me know where we are with this. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what the kids are doing nowadays. So you might have lost some of that. I don't know why StreamYard's been doing that to me. I honestly thought that it was my Wi-Fi last weekend, but I fixed the backup issue with my Wi-Fi, and I have upgraded my Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm gonna have to go back on YouTube and start streaming that way, but I kind of like the flexibility of StreamYard, and I don't have to wait 24 hours to upload my live. So yeah, I'm sorry. So anyway, so if you want to buy a 35 millimeter film and go get it developed, you can go get it developed over at your local Walgreens. Well, my local Walgreens is doing it. I don't know how much we got cut off there, but that wasn't really my intention either. Okay, so what I want to do is Polaroid. Yeah, Polaroid is back too. Yeah, they were just like all over that at her birthday dinner. I don't know. I was like, oh, because over their whole lives, so over the past few years for me, with these kids, it's always been like, Mom, take a picture with her phone, or whatever. And this year they all had like their own little disposable cameras. I was like, you guys are too fun. I love it. She has like the best group of friends. I think it's so great. And her friends that were at her dinner, I think she only had like one newer friend. And I don't even think this friend is that new for her. It's just new. She's new to me, that she worked with a few years ago. But the rest of them are friends that she's had since high school and junior high and stuff like that. So that's just a lot of fun. Really, aside from the girl that I met, the girl and her boyfriend, they were very, very nice. Her boyfriend is the newest one to me, and he's been around for a few years. So it's kind of nice that they can maintain those friendships over the years, and they all go off in different directions and do different things. And like one of them just became a teacher, and another one's a designer, and then you have the ones that their gap year turns into a gap few years and whatever. It's just a lot of fun. Okay. Now we've got this here, and I kind of just want to pop that in the background and maybe put like a fun little, here we go. Because this is really just like, I don't know if I need to get out my new. I need to get out my new pack, I think, because the sizes that I have. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm just going to get them all out. Keeping them in here is too hard for me. That's just what I've determined. Okay, so we have really thick pages. Yeah, that was just the white backing behind it. That'll go down in the trash too. Okay, and then we have like the fun thinner ones. Okay, that's what I was looking for, but I didn't have enough fun thinner ones over there. Okay, I'm going to stick this right in front of me in the middle, and I think I'm just going to glue this down and put like a fun little stickers right there. Okay, so I don't really lose the placement. Let's do this. Have you guys ever created with old photos? Even your own old photos, like vacation photos, anything would be like a fun, good card front. So there we go. Just going to kind of put that right there. They're going to be so disappointed when they get the pictures and it's focused on stuff they didn't want. I know, huh? Or they'll be like, why does it look like that? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, whatever. They can kind of. She did that last year too, because the San Diego County Fair is coming on Wednesday, and we're going to be going in a few weeks. But every year we kind of go to the fair, and she did that last year too. She's like, "Look, I brought a camera," and it was a disposable camera. I'm like, "Oh, okay, why?" We can do it for free here, and then we can print them out at home if that's what you're wanting to do. And she's like, "No, I like the way it looks." And some of them, she got so disappointed because she's like, "Why is it so dark? I had the flash on." You know, I'm like, "Oh, welcome to the retro film, hun. That's what it looks like sometimes." Okay, let's try to grab this off of here. I'm not going to put glue on these because I'm not getting into the weeds like that. I'm not going to get all particular like that. And it's a little bit wrinkled. I'm not worried. I want to put something fun on here, I think, or maybe I'm just done. I don't know. Let's just kind of move on to the next, and then we can decide maybe, because I think that looks fun. Vintage cool vibes. That's right. Oh yeah, Pride was here yesterday down at the beach. I didn't have to work it, thank goodness, because we had to have a booth down there for our program, and it is insane, the parking and everything. Oh, but those are a lot of fun. But because they have like a surfing contest going down there this weekend too, I'm like, why are we doing Pride and a surfing contest, guys? Why are we doing that? Okay, so I could mat this again as well and just kind of keep it square. I know I didn't cut that. Or, let's see. I'm just going to glue it down and then decide. Oh, see, it wrote on the back of it. So this is 1987. Oslo, 1987. Ooh. No, I didn't get Michelle's. I got Anne's yesterday. That's whose I got. But remember, my address was wrong, and I didn't even catch that on that Google Docs. I feel so awful about that because those are so expensive to mail. So if I don't get like all of them, like I will completely understand. And then Michelle's like, "No, it's your fault, or it's not your fault. It's my fault because I wrote it in there wrong. But I should have caught it earlier, and I just didn't. I didn't even know that chat was there until things were going. Like I have been like that overwhelmed. But I saw that she put in the chat that it's like ultra, like you need a black light or something. And I was thinking in my head, girl, I don't got a black light. I think my Halloween porch light is orange. So I might have to wait on that one. Okay, because I cut that a little bit odd. I'm going to just trim it down. And I'm not measuring, like I think I moved it at the last minute, so it might be a little bit crooked. I'm not the one that if you need perfect measurements for everything, I am going to measure in a way that makes it look even, but maybe it's not going to be like perfectly sized or measured out. So I'm not that one. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I kind of like the whole button thing, but I think I want to look at the stickers now with this one because this is a travel one, and I think that that would be fun. Okay, there we go. Put that up there, and then we have the whole watermelon thing going on there, and I think I have some fun. So this is the whole alphabet. I guess I didn't realize that. Get with it, Carrie. Get with it, lady. These are fun. Just fun, like shapes and patterns, and I like the red because see, there's the red in the car. I used the vintage photo that Delise says has a red in it. I don't know. This might be kind of fun. These little photo corners. Well, they're not really photo corners. They're corners, but we could make it like that. Yeah, that might be kind of fun. I don't know. Oh, can you see? I will look. Can you see? That might be kind of fun to do 2 of those. Okay. That book is adorable, huh? So it was like $15 on Amazon. I love it. Okay, do I want that, or let's see what else we have going on. That corner helps the vintage feel, right? That's what I was kind of thinking. Okay, that's where I think I'm going to do with these and then put the tape on it. Okay, so let's just stick that there. Let's stick this down. And so today's just, you know, some quick freebies. Let's make some card fronts. Let's maybe make the card to go with it. And let's get creative and let's get some self-care time going on. Oh yeah, let's do a whole. I thought you told me I was crashing. Yeah, I would love to crash your live again. Oh, that's another thing. Gosh darn it. July 1st, my work schedule permanently changes. So I won't have any more earlies. I won't have any more lates. And I'm going to be working the dreaded 8 to 5 because that's what the county says we need to be available. So that means this Tuesday, if you're available, Christina, I can join you because this will be one of my last early shifts. So I can be home by like 4. And then after that, it's going to be more of a, I would have to come in later when I got home kind of thing. So who likes to work 8 to 5? Not me. Like an hour for lunch? Really? Can I just go home a half hour earlier? Ugh. And I'm just going to do these opposite corners, and it's not necessarily going to be like the neatest, the straightest, the best and the greatest. It's there. It's there. And I wanted to use this. I did forget about that. Okay. $12:30 to 9 with 30 minutes for lunch. Oh, that's awful too. That doesn't sound great. I have a telehealth internship opportunity that I'm going to be interviewing for. I just have to send in my video, and I have to finish my webinar today too. My telehealth webinar for state of California makes you do one of those because the HIPAA compliances and stuff are a little bit different. But so I'm hoping, because that's a startup company, I'm hoping that that could turn into something other than an internship. And my timeline for getting out of the office environment can maybe be expedited because, man, I had such a week And I'm just like, please just get me through, because I can't anymore. Like I just need to, like, with the whole school thing and the work schedule thing, and I'm like, ugh, I want my time back. Like, I know that sounds like stupidly selfish, because, like, girl, you got to work, but yeah. I don't think I edged up this. Let's see. So I'm hoping maybe that could turn into something fun. And that's why that whole hashtag van life came into my head, because I was talking to my friend and I was like, I just want to sell it all. Not that I've got like a whole lot to sell, right? Because my ex-husband. But I was like, go to that van dealership and buy a camper van or a travel trailer, and I'm living small and no kids can live with me, and yeah, great open road. And then I look at the gas prices, I'm like, oh well, maybe that's not happening. Okay, so these are going to be on 5x7 card fronts. And then let's get out the Victorian velvet one. I think that this is fun. Let's see if there's, this is where I want to do the thread through here. I really like these matted a lot better than not, because of this white, because of the white around here. So I do like that. Make a group for the link. Oh yeah, let's do that. Tuesday. I'm available this Tuesday. I think I just crashed your conversation. I'm sorry. But let's see. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to do the whole decal edge here. And well, okay, so Christina, not Christina, Tracy, that was the thing. I was reading too many comments up. That's where I got to be thinking. I'm like, so what's going to be in this van or travel trailer? I mean, I know I gotta live. I guess my cat could go with me. I can be a minimalist, but not with my crafty stuff, right? I was like, where's all that crafty stuff gonna go? And then I was like, well, okay, now I could buy like a truck or something that can tow, and I could get a travel trailer that has more capacity. And clearly I'm going to have to buy a storage, but yeah, if I'm not getting, right now gas is so high. At Costco it's $5.49 where I am. Anywhere else it's almost $6.50. So I'm like, I don't want to give up crafty stuff, plus not afford to be able to move around anywhere. It's a thought in progress. It is a thought in progress, though. I'm not going to deny the thought. I moved that. I think I move it as I go to chop it, so it doesn't look all straight. But if I keep trimming it down, oops, it doesn't look straight because I didn't do the decal edge up top either. That's just kind of where we're going to go with it, I think. Okay, well, it's going to be straight enough. It is straight enough. I know they know. I know. Yeah, that's where I landed with that one. But I have the downsize being here. So, oh, I wanted to do the piercing. Okay. I have a Cricut little, you know what? Let's not do that. Let me get out my Crop-A-Dile, and I might put like a fun little highlight in there. Ooh. Okay, if you find them, let me know, because then I'll be like, look, I can do it too. But I would need, like, a point of income as well, right? Okay, so these are little brown, little grommet things. I don't know, eyelets, grommets, whatever they are. I'm not going to be proper with the terminology just so we know. So I could measure this out just so it looks like even. Just so it's evenly spaced, basically. So I could do it like right there. And then I think right there might be a little bit evenly spaced. So at least the line is straight. I can, oh, okay. See, I could drive to Memphis. That would be fine. I have 4 years to reduce my stuff by 90%. That's right. You're moving to Spain, aren't you? My friend is trying to get dual citizenship in Spain right now. She is born and raised here. Her family born and raised in Puerto Rico, so they did that back in the 80s. That might be too, I might have cut that up, you know, got it too close to there, so it might not be stable. But Spain is doing dual citizenship for people in certain professions, and my professions is one of them. And she sent me like the little thing. I was like, well, I need to beef up on my Spanish first. I think Canada would take me too. Because I'm technically in the healthcare field and I'm in the mental health. So I think I have to be licensed though to do that. But I could travel the van life all around. Memphis, Washington State, Canada, Spain, right? That's not unrealistic. Just go. Just go. Hey, Jane. Welcome, welcome. Could I park in your driveway too? Christina just said I could. In hers. I'll line up fun parking spots. Okay. I'm going to do the pink thread for this one. So we're just making fun card fronts. They do need healthcare workers. They need mental health care workers too, is what I've been told. But I think I have to be licensed for that, and I won't be licensed for a few more years. Let's look at the picture. Because this was not just a single thread going through here. This was like multiple thread. So I kind of want to do it like that a little bit because I liked how that looked. Search her on YouTube or several people up that have craft vans. Is that what they're called? Craft vans? Mental health issues. Does that count to move to Canada? Don't we all? I just got done explaining my bad anxiety this week because of my freaking school and my job. Like, God dang. Ugh. Okay. It goes through and then I pull it out. Okay. Just going to kind of probably double this up. I could do like triple, which might be a little bit more fun. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? Did it wrong. We could all live the van life together, View. We do need mental health care workers too in Memphis. I don't really want to live in Tennessee, not to be like a jerk, but I don't. I'm more of a coastal girl, but I'll travel through there. I'll spend a few months there. I'm fine with that. Okay, so this was a little bit short. Okay, so let me like fix this. Let's get this a little bit longer, shall we? Like, get it together, girl. Okay. We can all go on a road trip traveling to all the best places. I think that sounds like a great idea. I mean, View, I was ready to get one last Wednesday. I was like, F this, F all of this. I'm gone. Oh, I did it wrong again. What's wrong with me? I keep going in through the back. We want it in the front. I'm getting distracted by all the van life talk. But we could have like a crafting compound and we could drive our vans to it. Someone has to stay home to be visited upon. Jane, are you volunteering as tribute? You're going to stay home so we can visit upon you? Okay, let's cut this. I can go work half the year up in Canada. And I got to feed the family. I don't know why they have to eat every few hours. Ask them. Do they have a tapeworm? Those people. Thank you for coming, Delise. I will see you soon. So excited to have you. All right. I'm for some reason stuck on needing to put the buttons up there. I don't know if you like the buttons or if you don't like the buttons. What do we got going on? Adios. See, I do know that. Spain will be lucky to have me as their mental health care worker, right? Win the lottery to build a crafters cul-de-sac. I think that would be fun. And we could do like the van hookups. I'm obsessed with the whole like, let's go travel the world thing. Okay. I probably should glue this on at some point. Like I should have thought that out a little bit more. I'm going to use some, let's see if we have any summer stickers. Do you like the buttons, you guys? Or should I like find something a little bit more summery to go there? The buttons, yeah, okay. Okay. I was like, my stupid StreamYard's kind of acting up. Okay, so let's see if we have like some fun. We could add like a little, reminds me of a little pansy. There's cherries to go with the watermelons that they're eating right here. That would be fun and summery. Let's see, like a little fun bouquet of flowers or something. There's always the fun. Lemon. Okay, now I think we're going into like, oh, there's the strawberries. Oh, the strawberry might be fun, right? That might be kind of cute. I mean, it's off of the beaten path of a watermelon. I do like this because of the black. So we have the black background as well. The truck caravan, Jane. I didn't see that until now. Let's do that. We'll stop at Christina's first. Check out that cul-de-sac. Make our way across the U.S. up to your house, Jane. We have some real funky stuff in here. Okay, I'm debating on the strawberry to kind of like throw it in there and make it real fun and summery, or the little flowers, which these would be cute too to add in, I think. I think I like these a little bit better. Still more to do, but break time out of the heat. Is it hot there? You guys were just snowing. I have my air on today too. It's pretty warm here. You guys were just snowing not too long ago, right? I'm going to glue it down this way. So let's get out my Fabri-Tac. And, oh, she's exploding. This is what Fabri-Tac sometimes just isn't like user friendly that way. Okay, I'm going to get my little microfiber cloth to kind of dot, not a lot, to get it to at least stick down there. Because then I'm going to glue it right to the paper. And I might just glue it with Fabri-Tac actually, because she's kind of exploding. I probably need another applicator bottle. I don't know why we have a Fabri-Tac volcano here all the time. Like that's very unnecessary. Okay, so I just kind of like the button thing, like down in the corner. Hot and humid here. Yeah, I know. See, that's why Tennessee, I'm not down with that East Coast heat. Not even a little bit. I lived in New York for a period of time. during the winter and the summer. The winters didn't bother me as much because I was from Washington State, although they did get a lot more snow than we did up there, but the rain and all that stuff didn't bother me. The heat though, that humid heat, oh, F that. If we're not in Hawaii, I am not putting up with humid heat. Like, no. But see, I've been in this dry, more comfortable climate for almost 30 years. It's basically springtime here all year round, except for during the summer. Snowstorm, that melted away quick. Yeah, that's great. That has to be good for your planting though, right? Okay, so I think I've decided on the flowers. Where I want to put them, I don't know. I do want to, let's stop before, stop. Okay, I do want to put vintage photo on them, and I'm just going to do it right in the book because I think it's just easier. Just to kind of give them a little bit of a little vintage feel. And I probably do need not stickers, glue with this as well, because I'm not sure how good this stick is in this sticker book. I don't really know. Okay, so my idea was to kind of, now that I just glued this down, but to kind of put it right there. 78. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not the Celsius galley. Sorry. If I want to go up there and work though, I need to. No, I don't. I don't like, and then sweating. I don't like to sweat unless I'm on the treadmill or out taking a walk or doing something to where I expect that. Just sitting there and sweating is not for me. Oh, gracious. Okay. And then what we're going to do is put these on card fronts. So what would be better is probably black card fronts, card bases. These are the card fronts. Okay, I have to wipe this off. Let's put that back over there. I'm thinking it's probably going to be better to put these on black card bases. And so I'm going to have to make some black card bases. And see how we have some of this like odd, it's an odd framing. I'm going to probably add some of the sellotape, the vintage sellotape, or I'm going to add something, a stencil or something here to even that out. So then maybe I wouldn't need a black card base. What do you think? Do we think it needs to be a black card base with these, or should I do white and do some stenciling around that? And then that's how we can kind of finish off the card. Bye, Tracy. Thank you for coming. And don't forget, guys, if you have any questions about Junetober, you can ask them. And then we'll go to Christina's channel after this, and they'll be kind of recapping. Thank you for coming, Tracy. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing we'll be featuring Junetober probably throughout the week and next week for sure. So I don't know, maybe we'll do one of each just to kind of see. Let me go get a stencil really quick. Or I have this right here, and that would be kind of fun because these are ledgers, right? That's where we're kind of going with that. Let's just, so much to talk about. Yes. I'm not going to do, well, here, maybe I am. I lie. I was like, I'm not going to do a real harsh black ink, but I think I lie because if I'm not doing a black card base, we want to have like a starker contrast. See you soon, Jane. I'm going to throw some links of channels in here in just a second. That's what I'm doing. And we'll just go like this. We could do some second generation stamping if we want. I really don't care how messy this is, to be honest, because I'm covering up. And that's how we're going to do that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, where did the... Okay, it's right here. So I was kind of basing that one off of this. And now I just need to, we need to make sure it's opening up the correct way, because yes, I've done that before. And I might put stickers that are like this in the middle, on the inside, not the middle. You know what I meant. I'm going to finish these up. Get these on card fronts. So I did 5x7 cards. I know I brought out an A2 card front as well. But it's just for what I wanted to do today for the Art Journaling Magazine inspiration. It needed to be a 5x7 because we want to see as much of the goody goodness from Sweet Pea Curiosities and from the picture, from our vintage picture. And we just wanted as much goodness as we could get in there. So make sure it's opening correctly. And I'm just going to kind of throw it down. This is why I use wet glue, because I get a little bit more time. And when I say a little bit more time to move things around, I mean like seconds. So you've got like 3 to 5 seconds to move something around to where you want it. That's what you've got. Okay, so that one is finished. Oh, goodness. I have like piled things up. Okay, here we go. I want to share, like, if you guys want to go, let's stay creative all day long. I want to share a few of these channels with you. So there's Jane's channel. She'll be going on at 1 Pacific time. And then Christina and Tammy are going to be going on at the same time over at Christina's channel. So let me cut up a card base here, and then we'll throw Christina's channel in there as well. I just realized I did not put any, I had fabric sitting behind me. I did not put any fabric on the bases at all. And I did not bring the card bases with me, which I thought I did. I left them sitting on the counter next to me. So here they are. Okay. I have like some ivory, some white. I like the ivory a little bit more compared to the white. I think that those are a little bit more fun. So let's make 2 card bases really quick. And I'm going to cut this down long ways at 10 inches. Cut it down on the, oh no, did I do that wrong? Yeah, no, okay. Whew. Cut it down on the shorter edge at 7. I think I'm doing that right. If I can remember, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's test it. I have to get out my scoreboard. I used to have a scoreboard cutter all in one, but it's a We Are Memory Keepers, and I cannot find the, bye, View. Thank you for coming. I can't wait to see your vintage photos. I'll see you around. I am coloring in my Dugeli when I get a chance. Okay. So we got that one. So this is a 5x7. So I did do it right. For my We Are Memory Keeper cut and score, I can't find replacement blades anywhere for them. And I've ordered a few on Amazon and they were the wrong ones. They were like the newer ones. I don't have the older ones and it doesn't fit the trimmer and the scoreboard that I have. So it just sits down here in my collection of scoreboards is where it sits. Thank you guys for joining me today. I feel glad that you guys decided to spend your Sunday afternoon with me. And okay, so let's score it at 5. So it's kind of inconvenient having like these two tools, and I loved having that everything all in one kind of thing, but no such luck. So I would either have to buy another all-in-one one and make sure I can buy refills of them, or just stick to the old way. But that trimmer, the Tim Holtz trimmer that I have has a scoring blade as well, but for some reason I have a hard time keeping both of the blades in there. So I've not been able to find anything that's just like perfect. Okay. Let's do this one. This one's going to be the Victorian Velvet. Let me get out my pink. Oops. Oh, my screen is frozen again. Too hot to take the dog out. Too hot for the dog. Summer has hit, right? The dog's like, nah, I'll just go potty and we'll hang out over here inside the house. That's funny. Well, thank you for coming back, Tracy. Okay. Now, do you guys create like little vintage styles like this too? 98. Man, oh man, you're hotter than we are. That's hot, girl. Ugh. That does not sound fun. Yeah, I'm on the side of the dog. Anyway, do you guys like to do like vintage creating? Or do you kind of stick to one style? I like to do grungy stuff. I like to do, like, as you see, I love doing the Junetober stuff, and I love making that like mysterious. And we're going to do a flip through of Lottie's kit. Well, parts of her kit, not her whole kit. But if you purchase the kit, you have it. And you don't have to necessarily go purchase everything either. But a little flip through of my mini signature. Okay. So this I do want to keep soft, and I do still want to do the script around it. Where did my... Okay. Let's just spray it is all I kind of do. And so you're a moody crafter, Tracy. I'm kind of the same way. It's like wherever creativity takes me, that's where I like to go. I used to stick to like a style because I used to be a part of a few like card kit clubs and all of that, and they were just one style. And then I started wanting to expand, and I watched different YouTube creators, and I liked everybody's like different styles, you know? And so I was like, well, I don't want to just create the same all of the time. Like I want something fun and different, and I want to be able to spend, spread my crafty dollars around to different kind of styles and designers and all of that. So that's why I kind of opt out of those card kit clubs now at this point, because they tend to only be one style. And I don't want to always just stick to one style. Okay, there we go. So that's how we're doing that. I need to figure out how to make somebody a moderator over here on StreamYard because I can't really figure it out. I know I made View a moderator, but I think I did that off of YouTube. Okay. And so that's where Christina will be too, talking about all the creepy stuff coming out. 100 projects that are not completed. Girl, me too. That's why I can use like a part of my desk and not the whole thing. I have the to-do pile, which is in the craft cart next to me. I have the in progress pile, which is in the pile next to me. I have the idea journal. So I have things kind of piled. No, I'm not kicking you out. I thought you were gone. I was going to ask you to put in Christina's channel. No, I thought you left. No, View, you're not being kicked out. Please don't go. Oh, to Jane. Oh, okay. Girl, don't go nowhere. Stay here. That cracks me up. I thought you were leaving. I was like, oh, okay, bye. So we have this like fun summary one. All right. Get my cards in a pile here. Okay, and then we're going to go back to the vintage photo. And then that's 3 cards. We did a lot today. I chatted a lot. You got to know about my little mini breakdown this week. My struggles, my hashtag F it all. Let's do the van life. But now I'm like, oh, I'll be searching craft vans. You know that. Like, didn't even think that was a thing, I guess. Vintage and spooky. Oh, I love vintage and spooky too. And H-bomb, and you said it's Helen, right? Oh gosh. My goodness. But you know, most of us creatives have different things going on. I think we have it all like going through our mind, you know? And so we have so many things that we want to like get down on paper and work on, and then of course like the crafting designers don't help, because like you go on Ranger and you're like, I missed that, or Simon comes out with something new, or there's Tim Holtz there to ruin your pocketbook, you know? Which I need to figure out how to get some of his fabric. And I know Delise said somebody, now she's feeding her family, so I can't like interrupt her, but I know she said somebody out of Nebraska sells and ships his fabric. I was really hoping Michaels would come out with like some fat quarters or something of his fabric so I could do journal covers with it, but I do not see that happening. Oh, he is evil. You know, I can't watch his gosh, Tracy, I feel you. I cannot watch his premieres like regularly like I used to, because then I'm over there on Ranger or wherever and I'm like ordering it all, and I'm like, and that's like $60 to free shipping. I'm like, oh, I got it, like let's do that. Yeah, I'm buying whole collections before I know what happened, and my bank account's like, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? I black out. So Tim Holtz has that magic. That magic. Yeah, you need it. You need it in that moment. Okay, let's make sure it's opening the correct way. I'm not going to put anything, I think, except for, actually, I'm going to use the rest of these buttons. That's why I was like, I'm not really going to put anything inside of the cards because I don't know where they're going yet. They could be for thanks for letting me stay in your yard in my van. They could be like whatever. Okay, so what I do want to do with this one is I want to find another little sticker like that, which of course I didn't save the page because why would I? That would be way too easy. But like to put something fun like this in the card inside. I do not know where that was. I just don't even know if I want to go trying to look for it. Ooh, this has a bunch of, see, Helen, there's a page for you. All the vintage and spookies. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put something like this because that looks similar. Like down in the corner or something. Just something fun. And I'm not going to get fussy about the, just going to put it right here in the corner. I'm not going to get real fussy about the placement of it. I do want to get a little bit fussy though about inking up the inside. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been watching me for a little bit, you'll kind of know I don't like a whole lot of white space. For some reason, it really bothers my soul. I do not know why. I don't know. Like if I'm going to like ink up the edges on things and I'm going to make it look real vintage, I want to do, that's what I want to do with everything. So I'm just going to be cleaning off my brush here. And then I'll get off of here in a few minutes because I know Jane's coming on and then Christina and Tammy are going to recap everything well for us. Oh, you. I love you, girl. Okay. All righty, let's get this out. I started something. I did do it. I have a habit of doing that. And it's not on purpose. It's okay. It's okay. It's all in good fun. Okay, because this brush is not, it's new. So it's not, we don't have a whole lot of ink on here to clean off. I love that you're crafting along with me. Is anybody else here crafting along? I love doing that, like watching lives and like when Jane is on or whatever. I'll color along with her. And well, today I'm going to be writing papers and finishing my webinar as I watch y'all. So just know I am paying attention, but I need to get these things done before I drive myself insane. And it is Sunday and I do have to work early in the morning. So, okay. So this, we have the inside right there. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put, to kind of finish off, because I cut all this up, I want to just kind of put just things like little things down in the corner or up top, you know, whatever. That's what we're going to do. Do I want it in the corner? Up top? Yeah, well, that's what we're doing now. It's up top. Okay. So we have that, and then we have this, and then I'm going to get my personalized stamp out. Always have to personalize stamp my cards because if I forget now, I'm not going to do it later, because then normally if I'm doing like a card for like somebody's birthday or an occasion, sometimes it's like, oh shoot, I forgot to do that, like I'm doing it running out the door or something, and I'm not going to take time to stamp it. So considering grabbing my stitching, I have a project start 3 years ago. Oh, I say you should do it, Tracy. Get it out. Okay, one thing I do live by when I'm stamping, because I need to turn on my air again, it's hot. That's just a side comment, is this little foam stamp pad. I love it. I get, oops, good stamping results with it. And then I just have my little personalized stamp permanently like mounted over here, which it's like old. So, and we have all the vintagey ink and all of that. And I just kind of hold it down for a second. And then it just helps the ink meet the paper a little bit easier. I don't have to press as hard, so it's easier on my hands. I don't have as many ghost stamping issues, things like that. Ooh. Are you working with the Petals and Parchment kit? Because that was week 1, right? Or did you purchase the kits separately and you're kind of working with them all? So that's exciting. Coming up for week 2 is going to be Emily Designs, guys. She has some really good, fun stuff there too. So if you want to go check out Lottie's group, you'll find all of the designers and stuff information in there. I even think it's in my last week's YouTube description box. Okay, let's semi-clean up so we act like we keep a neat craft room. Let's pretend for a moment, right? Okay, so this is what I did today. Some fun vintagey goodness from Sweet Pea Curiosities. Just made cards. It's always nice to have cards in your stash because these are going to have to be the kind of swaps that I do from now on rather than the $53 swaps. Happy Mail is going to have to be a little bit more simple. And it's just an original creation made for you by So Much Glitter. I like this one. I think this is my favorite one just because it has the most character. I should have done this over here. Excuse me. But I should have done this, the threading, I should have done because I did the buttons and stuff. We've got naked buttons. Remember, Tammy, if you're still here, we had the whole, and Christina, we had the whole naked button conversation. Di does not like naked buttons. But they're there. I like me some naked buttons. Okay, I hope to see you guys next week. I am going to do my very best to put out a short, unofficial Junetober video because I want to play along with some of the designs that we have going on. And before I leave, I do want to show you, I just put my elbow in all of this. So let's move these off to the side. I want to show you a quick flip through, like a mini flip through. Let's say that, if we can say that, a mini flip through of my mini signature for the swap. It's the one that I kept for myself, and it's from Lottie's kit that's available on Etsy right now. Okay, put that off to the side. Don't need no more dirty elbows. Put my elbow right in that. And it fell. Okay, so we just did like a fun little, and then there's a flip through that I could do in here, but I'm just going to flip through a few fun little things. And this is from Lottie's kit over there. You can find her Etsy. I'll skip a few pages and then we'll go in here. Thank you. And then we kind of go to the back. So it's like a little bit of a case file. It's case file 79370 is what it is. And so we're trying to solve the crime. But in the end of it, it remains unsolved. So you can deduce who you think did it when I do the full flip through and when it's Lottie's Spotlight Week. All right, so here's my cards. Do something crafty for yourself today. And if you don't have time to craft, do some self-care time. And I will see you guys on the other side. I'm so glad to have you along for my journey. Bye, guys.